Hello, how are you guys doing? A little bit better than earlier today when I was just like, how you? How you are? Fucking hell. We played a little bit of My Summer Car earlier. I noticed in the Twitch clip that I think Luigi guy did that I was kind of distorting on my mic when I was talking a little bit louder. Fuck me, man. I hate that. I don't know what's going on. I think my mic is fine. It says it's okay. It's not peaking. Let me know if I do start peaking at any point. I feel like there's been a bit of an issue with that recently. May just be my speakers. My headphones may be fucked. I don't know. We'll see. We're doing Metal Tarot Monday, so if you haven't seen this before, I'm making a deck in a very specific style associated with metal, and we're listening to metal music while I'm doing it. Last time I streamed this was about a month ago. It was on the 30th of January. So it's been a bit, and I remembered last time that we left off in the middle of an album because it was a fucking long one. It was Metallica's S&M, Symphony and Metallica. Symphony and Metallica. Let's use words. So let me get the stuff up for that. In the meantime, are you sick? I'm a little bit sick. Yeah, I'm getting over a cold. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm fine. I think it's just when I shout that it's a problem. Okay. I'm going to have to readjust this slightly. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Change that one. Subregion. Just move it down a bit. Squeeze the box in a bit. There we go. And then edit the scene so it's a little bit bigger. There you go. Alright. And now we got to pull up Psy. I'm sorry, there's no way for me to do this where it actually saves the window, as weird as that sounds. Are you doing greater? We're kind of doing it randomly. Fuck, I left the book in the other room. I'll be right back. So I think what I'm going to start doing... Sorry, I left the book in the other room. I was going to do a bit of it while I was sick. Just on pen and paper. But never got around to doing that. It's not the best screen region ever, is it? Can we put that to screen? Make it look a little bit nicer? We're doing kind of... a little bit of everything. Kind of just doing it in whatever order works out for us. Like, if I feel particularly inspired to do one, I'll do one, but most of the time I'm just doing it based on... Pretty much, I just have this random generator. It's supposed to be so you can get, like, a single card tarot reading every day. But we're using it to pick out a card at random. Alright. A little bit of a trippy effect going on. It's really weird. Anyway. So I need to go back to last time's episode to find out where we were in this. So I'm going to go back there and we're going to listen. Hold on. Yep. Alright. I kind of want to see how this flame can look. Like, can we get this that way? We don't care about the fucking flame, dude. Kind of maybe do a little bit of it. True to life with it. Alright. It's alright. There should be. Right around here. We are at 144.37. 144.37. Alright, 144.37. Closest I can get is 144.26. So for those of you watching on After Hours, go to the Metal Albums playlist on the Highlights channel. Go to 144.26 on S&M Live, and we'll just hit play. In 3, 2, 1, go. Close enough. All right, so let's figure out where we were. I did a little bit of a drawing yesterday. I don't really like the color I had. But I feel like this turned out okay. He's going to be my D&D character. Um, I love you, Rev. Be my favorite waifu, please. I mean, I don't have any choice in being your waifu or not, do I? So he's a wizard. But I like how I got these lines right. And I think it was because I didn't have the mic in the way. I could get a line without it being interrupted by me hitting the fucking mic stand. So we're going to try and do a little bit more of that because I don't like how sketchy some of this stuff is. Yeah, he's got, I mean, gnomes just have crazy eyebrows for some reason. I also want to show you guys this. So we can do like green in the background, or we could have like kind of this color. I feel like the Major Arcana had a better one for it. Yeah. We could do even red. Red looks alright. Green could be okay, but I really like kind of red as opposed to the white at times. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's as easy as flicking this switch here. So, have you ever drawn not safe for work stuff before? Not, no, not really. I mean, like, you know, art classes have you draw nudes and stuff, but that's about it. Were we in the middle of one? I have a feeling we were. Yeah, we were. Okay, cool. We're doing the 3 of Wands. So there's got to be... Red is pretty edgy. Yeah, it is. All right. All right, let's remove that for a second. Let's figure out where we're going with this. What the fuck were we doing? Okay. Let's turn this down for a second. Yeah, the yellow has kind of an ancient old aesthetic to it, which is kind of nice. So we're going to work in reverse here and just kind of erase out what we need to. Can you tell me how to play the piano? Nope, don't know how to play myself. So you put your fingers on it and you press them on the keys, and then the keys make sounds, and then if you combine certain keys together, it makes chords, and chords are the basis of most songs, and that's how you do a music. I am using Psy Paint Tool, or Paint Tool Psy. It's around about $30, and I feel like it best emulates traditional like pen and ink sort of stuff. Yeah, we're going kind of for a cult initiation thing, I think, on this one. Yeah, I kind of wish I could do a music a bit better than I do, honestly. I really need to get back into playing, but like I keep forgetting that's something I want to do. Okay, that's a little bit wide. Maybe bring it in a bit. Okay, that should be good. All right, that should be fine. I mean, you can download it illegally as well, but I feel like it's such a good tool, it's worth paying if you got the money anyway. Which I can write it off as a business expense because I've used it for a couple of commissions, so it's like, cool. It's paid for itself at this point, you know? For $30 as opposed to whatever Photoshop is nowadays, like $100 a month or some bullshit. Um, it's a good deal. Yeah, I like music. I don't know. When I find like a regular job, I'm definitely gonna go guitar lessons because like I'm too sloppy, and I like stuff like Rocksmith. I think I was talking about this last time, or maybe when I was streaming with Mike the other day. I like Rocksmith 2014. It's a good program, and I highly recommend it. But if I want to learn some stuff, like there's some stuff that it doesn't teach, and like there's some stuff that's like I don't know. Where was I going with that? I don't remember. I had some tea before we streamed. That was part of why I was a little bit late. It doesn't teach you like certain songs. Like you can't put your own songs in anymore. It's copyrighted. They have like they'll shut down your account if you do it. And it used to be my most popular video on the highlights channel was how to do that because it was okay. They were cool with it, and then they stopped being cool with it all of a sudden. So I had to take the video down. The tea I'm having is the it's sort of like the Rev tea that I have on Adagio. Um, it's not as good, but the Rev tea I bought like last time wasn't very good, so I can't really drink it. It's not awful. It's just not what I want. You know, I want something chocolatey. It's puree with chocolate. It's good. Puree. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pretending to be cultured for a second. That's not who I am. Um, I feel like this is a good program for if you prefer traditional stuff. Can I commission you just for your autograph? I mean, like, if you meet me at, like, TMG or something, I can do it in person, and I can sign some actual shit you've got. That would be a better way of doing it. I don't... am I coloring the background manually? Well, I can't really... I mean, like, what I'm doing is I've done everything else, and then I'm sculpting... Yeah, kind of I am. Yeah. And I could do some stuff like... I could probably save some time here if I just did this number here. So I color this in so that way there's not any fuzz on the edge. And then just go around his head like so. This is a good song. I love One. Such a good song. It's probably like one of my first like loves as far as like metal music goes. But I can't do it in large areas because if I just dump it, well, I can do it real quick. If I dump it right here, then it turns everything black, and that's not what I want. That's the exact opposite of what I want. Puer. Okay, well there you go. It's good. It's very earthy. It's like coffee, but isn't. And I'm trying to stick away from coffee, but I needed a little bit of caffeine and, you know, slowly wean myself off of like the hard shit, you know? The hard shit being coffee. I mean, like, I don't feel like I need it right now. Like, I'm still awake and stuff. I don't know. I've got the stabilize. Oh, I actually don't have the stabilizer on. Well, normally I do, and that's a good way of because the stabilizer, if I crank it up all the way, it's like this, and it allows you to get much smoother lines than if you have the stabilizer off. It's faster to have the stabilizer off, but obviously you are shakier. Stabilizer is good if you have like shaky hand, and you can crank it up or whatever. I mean, that was from 0 to 60. You know. I mean, I could just color it in like this. This is probably one of the most quoted metal songs on the internet. As weird as that sounds, just because it's got that one part where it's like darkness imprisoning me. All I see, absolute horror, blah blah blah. That's this song, by the way. That's not like Kurt Vonnegut or anything. Um, and I'm just gonna crank up the opacity back to full once we're done filling this all in and doing it. But for now, okay. I need to fix their hands and work on that stuff now. What did we have going originally? So that's what we had originally. This is our like shitty drawing of it. Um, I mean, like, listen, I agree with you, Squirrelicious, but like, um, I think that you should use whatever media you're using to its fullest. So here's a problem I'm having. So I got for my birthday, we went to a record store and I got the Famous Monsters album by the Misfits, and I got this record by Ghost on vinyl. And I'm enjoying them, right? But I also got this pin. Tilda saw this pin and she was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." And I'm like, "Wow, that's exactly my aesthetic." Kind of a cultish, black and white and gold. Those are my colors. I feel like those are the colors I like using. It's why we're doing this in black and white for the most part. It's because I do love that thing. But I was about to put it on me. I was about to put it on my battle jacket today. She bought it for me, I should say. But I noticed it says "Pin of the Godhead" at the top, and I'm like, okay, well, Godhead is a common occult thing. So I'm like, what is this? Is this going to be like we accidentally bought some white supremacist shit or something? Turns out no. It's it's like the Illuminati eye thing. But in the process of looking up where this is from, let me just show you it real quick. Hold on. Hopefully I don't look like trash today. Oh, hold on. There's a sweet-ass guitar solo going on. I'll be back to that. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's do this. It should be like there, yeah. It does look like he's tossing pizza dough, actually. Well, shit. I'm hoping that I can make it look a bit more like a staff then. Let's put like a knot in it right here. And then put his hands. I think we were having problems with his hands last time. Anyway, let me show you this thing now that sweet-ass guitar solo is done. Is this the camera? Yep, but it's pointing at the ceiling. Hello. Here it is. It's pretty fucking cool looking. Where is it? There we go. Can we get focus? Focus? There we go. It's really shiny, so it kind of doesn't show up right. But it's cool. Turns out it's for this this one dude's like Bees McBees-esque album that he did back in the 70s. I think I was talking about this. Fucking hell, everything got off. It's pretty cool. Oops. Probably one of the most infamous Metallica songs. Hey, Arrow Break, how are you doing? Anyway, it's cool that it's not some like white supremacist shit. Is what I'm trying to point out because I'm not down with that scene. That's not me. The middle guy's pose is really uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it right now. It needs some work. I feel like we were running out of steam last time, or I was, and it shows. But In a related note, I'd like to talk about an issue that I'm having. So I've got this I've got this patch on my battle jackets for Slayer. I'm not a huge Slayer fan, which I'm thinking about removing it because of that. Because it's like I haven't seen them in concert, and like, would I if they're around? Like, if they came by, if there was like an Austin gig, would I like go and see Slayer? And I'm thinking to myself, probably not. So I probably shouldn't have them on my battle jacket because I figure, uh, I think this hand needs to be behind it as well. Wait, I need a stick or something. Okay, I don't think it should be like bent like that, you know? Yeah, his fingers should be going over it. So I think the staff should be level first off. The staff shouldn't be even. I guess it could be not, but this definitely isn't right here. Use a reference photo. I just held a ruler over my head for reference, and I don't feel like that's right. If I make him kind of like where it's even, I think it should be fine. Anyway, so I'm thinking about replacing it with this I got this a friend of mine he's got a patch on his battle jacket. He's more into punk. I've streamed with him before. Maybe you guys remember him. Anyway, um I need to turn this down a bit cuz it's kind of distracting me. Could you motivate me to draw the porn I was drawing a few days ago? Well, listen, man. If you don't draw it, how is anyone going to jerk off to it? You got to fucking draw that shit and you got to jerk it to it, whatever it is. God, I hope it's something not weird. Uh but you know, it's whatever. You do you, man. If you're going to tilt the staff, the left arm should be bent down more. Yeah, I think I'm going to have it fairly even. Um let's use a different color green cuz that one just makes me feel gross. Um Anyway, so this goes up like here, but he's got this patch on his battle jacket that I'm kind of envious of. It's like it's a swastika, but it's got like the international no signal over it. Sort of like with cigarette things, where it's like you're not allowed to smoke here, but it's like instead of a cigarette, it's like a Nazi symbol. And I like it. I like the idea behind it. You know, it's nice and straightforward. Fuck Nazis. I'm down with that. Um, but like he was saying that he's had a few people come up to him and be like, "Why the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you supporting Nazis?" And it's like, I mean, what, what? Because I don't want to ever come off as like someone who's like pro-Nazi, but also like, you know, I want to have a thing that says that I'm not pro-Nazi. Like that seems like a cool patch to have. Also, the patch that I'd be replacing is currently on my left shoulder, like on my bicep. So it's kind of where like they used to carry that insignia, and it's like, oh, I don't know, man. I'd have to move it somewhere else that way it didn't come up with that immediately. Get an anti-fa patch. I mean, I could make one of those, but like I like the simplicity of no Nazis, you know? You know what I mean? It's a trap, yeah. Like either I wear one that says fuck Nazis. I mean, I guess I could just have a thing that says fuck Nazis, but then people would be like, that's how they breed, man. You have sex with them and then there are more of them. It's like, no, it's actually through dumbassery that they breed, but whatever. Yeah, I could just design my own. I took woodblock printing, and It's essentially like this, except for after you get done drawing this, then you take it over to an actual wood block. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation. I guess the answer to my question is just fucking make my own and don't worry about it, you know? Can we see your jacket? I've posted it on Tumblr before, I think. I don't remember where else I've posted it. I think just there. Mage VN, thank you for resubscribing. I'm down with not having Nazis, and that seems like a thing. Have you given up on your day job and become a psychic reader? I mean, like, I don't have a day job, so maybe I should. I don't feel like I know tarot well enough, but you know what? There are probably people in this world who know tarot worse than me. Yeah, like the Nazi Jaeger shirt, and people thought that was pro-Nazi, and it's like, no, that literally translates to Nazi hunter. Like, they actively go down and beat up Nazis. You know, like, cool, that's good, but it says Nazi on it, and it's German, so they think it's pro. I don't know. I want to get back into woodblock, but it's like, you know, painting or playing guitar or any of this shit that I've been trying to do but just don't have the time for. Playing too much fucking Counter-Strike. I think that's just any artist has that problem where they just there's some people on something and they had a shirt that said Nazi Jaeger. Beating people up for their views. Well, when your views are genocide, yeah, that's okay. You know, if you have like a difference of opinion, like, you know, I think we should raise taxes on, you know, I don't know, milk. That's an opinion, and we can have differences of opinions there, but I don't know. Do I put the thumb in front of or behind? In front of, right? Or should he have I feel like this is right. This is the way I had it when I was holding the ruler like half a fucking second ago, but the ruler is also flat. I don't have like a broomstick or anything. That would be the best analog for that. It should be in front, right? Yeah, okay. In front, yeah, I think that's right. And then he needs to have more like palm to the sides. Oh yeah, no, that's the deal. It's like if you punch a Nazi, it's illegal. Like that's totally fucking true. That's why you wear a mask when you do it. Hate speech is not protected speech, FYI. And I feel like his hand needs to be more like this. People have some weird misinterpretation of the law that you think that hate speech is a protected form of free speech. It's not. It's expressly not. Saying that you should kill people is against the law. I mean, so is saying punching, you know, Nazis a good thing, but you know what? I would never tell you guys to go and punch a Nazi. Because if I did, that would be illegal. But, you know, you do what you want. It's like that Whitest Kids You Know sketch about shooting the president. It's looking all right. I'm kind of having like a little bit of a kerfuffle with that. Let's fix this. Why don't I fix something else in the meantime, and then once like I get back up to like speed on drawing, then I can kind of fret about that a bit more. Someone clipped the part where Rev says punch a Nazi. I don't think anyone is affected by me saying that milk should be taxed. Plus, that's not necessarily an opinion that I hold. So, it's not hate speech. No reasonable person would call that hate speech. And if they did, I would appeal it, and then it would fail in court. So, where are you trying to go? Punch a Nazi, shoot the president. Okay, let's stop taking things I say out of context. It's a very quick way for me to end up in jail. I feel like his leg, I mean, like, the robe needs to go, like, the left bicep looks a little bit thicker than the right. All right, I will fix that. Is that right? Do I need to be even fixing that? I feel like they both are kind of like doing a Michael Jackson lean backwards. Maybe I just need to fill out the robe a bit more in the back. Like, it needs to go back here a bit more like this. So that way it doesn't look like they're leaning back as much. God, these lines are so sketchy. What the fuck was I doing the other day? Okay, that's a little bit too much. That's pretty good right there. God, let's not even joke about getting swatted. Hate that shit. People laugh about it too, and it's just like, what the hell even? It's fucked up. Almost getting someone killed. So that is the end of the album, effectively. Like, now they're just hyping up the crowd and stuff. But it's a good album. Symphony and Metallica. Highly recommend it. It's one of the first metal albums I ever bought. God, Lars is such a fucking jackass, too. I don't care for him. He seems so weird, and he seems like a creepy grandpa, or maybe like a creepy uncle. No offense to Lars, but I think you sound like a creepy uncle, and you kind of act like one, too. You know what? Full offense to Lars. Sorry about that, dude, but, like, what the hell? Like, the Napster thing, calm down. I remember when you started working on this. Yeah, I need to, like, fucking finish this set. I need to start doing some of this shit offline rather than just depending on doing it while I'm live. And then stream. So this is Peace of Mind by Iron Maiden. It's a fucking good album. It's got a lot of good tracks. What all is on here? Where Eagles Dare, Revelations, Friday Icarus, Die With Your Boots On, The Trooper, of course. So Where Eagles Dare and The Trooper are really the ones that we're jamming out to, but I mean, it's part of copyright law that you have to kind of like freak the fuck out in order to defend your stuff. If you don't freak the fuck out, then you don't have any legal standing in protecting it. It's weird. It's why Nintendo is so litigious. Because they're worried about losing copyright of stuff like Mario and stuff. This is very quiet. I was going to ask you how is it on your end, but I guess it doesn't really matter for people in After Hours. But for those of you here live, how are the levels? All right, so his hand needs to be like, I need to bring up a green layer. His hand needs to be like, it's like this, and then there's like, Ghost is a good jam, dude. Ghost is a really good show. I haven't seen them do anything but the acoustic live, but that was good. Are they trademarks, not copyrights? Look, listen. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like 89% of the time, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll turn it up just a bit. because it's quiet on my end as well. Um, Fucking hell, this drawing. This drawing I'm not really in love with, I gotta tell you. Yeah, I mean, people can abuse copyright law pretty easily, and there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying, like, calm the fuck down, Lars. But yeah, it's something to do with, like, yeah, it is trademark because it's like, it's copyright if it's, I forget. Ryan Morrison had a thing about it the other day on Twitter, and he explained it in under 170 fucking characters or whatever. Trust him on that kind of shit over me. I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. Most of the time I just sort of say garbage and then people believe me, and it's like, you poor misguided souls, don't do that. Don't believe a fucking word I say. Like, check it, cuz I'm like only right about 11% of the time. Now, I've looked into the WTF is, or where's the fair use movement thing. I mean, it's done by the guy who started Screenwave. So of course I know about it, but like, am I well versed in copyright law and stuff? No. Okay, wow, that's the dumbest looking fucking hand I've ever drawn. That's great. Good. I'm so glad that's there. I'm just gonna erase it real quick though, because fucking shit is actually what it is. It's actually ass. Um. Yeah, that hand is too small. His hand needs to be fucking massive. It doesn't seem like it should be, but it needs to be like. So that's like the thumb muscle, and then we've got like the back of the hand here. Can we bring this up a level so that way we can see it? Maybe this is the cult to try and get bigger hands. I mean, weird idea for a cult. Not going to talk about politics. 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 It's just so easy. It's so fucking easy. It's so easy to rag on the dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's a sentient Cheeto with the emotional span of slightly less than what a fucking caveman can pull off. And it's the fucking hookers that peed on him allegedly. Like, he's, oh my god, it's so fucking good. There's so much to make fun of there. It's like an endless font. It is truly a blessing of just dumb shit that he does. But, I'll offend someone if I do that, and I really just don't want to get into politics. Weird tiny hand Cheeto man. Sorry, Trump is still a word that's gonna trigger Moobot, which is another reason I don't want to talk about it, because then it's like, oh, Rev gets to talk about it, but I can't. It's like, yeah, that's kind of douchey. Yeah, sorry, I've got that on auto. I've left it on since the election because it's just like I didn't want to deal with it election night, and I just haven't turned it off. I think Clinton is still one that will set it off. Be careful about saying Clinton. I don't know. I can't fucking draw today. Yeah, I fucking can't draw today. I'm almost considering just doing a different drawing, and then, no, Clinton is apparently fine. Is it Hillary? I don't know. Oh, there it was. It was probably Hillary, wasn't it? Sorry about that. Half the chat is now banned. Make the arms longer. Yeah, he's got tiny arm too, doesn't he? So stop, please. Chad is dead. Rest in piss. You know what? We can cheat. Here's the deal. I can't draw lips at all, which is really why it's convenient that this guy has like a full Gandalf beard going on. And then we can fucking pull up like. Yes, it's almost like I'm back on DeviantArt again, forgetting how to draw hands. I've got 2 of them. Will I look at them for reference? More at 11. The answer is no, because I just don't feel like dealing with that shit. Hands should be around the hip level. Yeah. Whoa, that's a little low. Sorry. Still getting over that cold. Sorry, we were testing out what words that I've set to ban and have chat. When did you say I said I'd release my old DeviantArt name when I get 100,000 subs. In fact, I'll fucking do a video on it. Just remind me that I promised that, and then I will be like, no, I didn't. And then you can point to exactly 42 minutes and 40 seconds into this video and go, no, you did. And then I'd be like, fucking idiot. Why did you get that on recording? And then I'll be like, well, I guess it did. And then I'll have to do it. So 100,000 subs on the main channel. I mean, it's probably not going to save as a clip because of the Iron Maiden playing in the background. This is not a very good Iron Maiden song. A lot of the ones that are on this list for the album thing, I think I've said it before, is because I've listened to like 1 or 2 songs from the album and I want to listen to the other ones. Yeah, that top, the second link that's in that link spam that Rob does is the channel I'm talking about. God damn. But you can just remember it's like episode 14 or whatever of Metal Tarot Monday, and it's about 40 minutes in. And you can just remind me. With these art messages, sorry. What? I missed what we were talking about, Big B. You can't be like, go, and then have this weak-ass riff going. Come on. You're fucking Iron Maiden. Get better than that. You can't be like, go. Tick, 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 tick. God, I fucking can't draw for shit today. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking come back to this one. We're gonna do one that's not wands, and we're just gonna fucking come back to this. We're gonna do a different one, and we're not gonna get stuck, because getting stuck is what makes us take 2 hours to complete a fucking drawing. So what did we get? We got the Lovers. Oh fuck. There was a corpse that I saw on Tumblr that I saved. It's a couple of like actual dead bodies. And I want to get back to that. Dead people embracing. Can I find that? Okay, no, I don't want like that. I want like yeah, this fucking picture. Yes, here we go. That. There we go. That one. Seventh Son, yeah. Do pentagrams. So we're doing the lovers now. It's a major arcana and it's about fucking what? Love? Yeah, I would assume. I think it's about other shit too, but I don't remember what. This is why I've got this book right next to me that tells me. Lovers is like an early one. It's like before Tempest and before Death, right? Justice, Wheel of Fortune, Hermit, Strength, Chariot, Lovers. Blah 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 blah. The figures suggest youth and virginity engrossed by human desire. Blah blah blah. Hyacinth. This card is about the mystery of the covenant and the Sabbath. Great, good story. All right, let me get this other book that doesn't talk like it's from the 19th century, 17th, 16th century. Skeleton titties. They've got to be skeleton titties, or you might think they're gay. And that would be awful if we had gay skeletons. What would he ever do if there were gay skeletons? Jesus Christ. Everyone knows you become straight as soon as you die. It's a fact, based on absolutely no knowledge. That was a joke. All right, the lovers. Upright, instant chemistry and intimate relationship formed by a chance meeting. Reversed, someone who challenges society rules regarding gender roles and will not fit a stereotype. Sure, whatever. I read that those two skeletons in the photo were actually related. You know what? Whatever. This song is just not really sure where it's going either. After this one, we're getting into black metal, and I don't know how that's going to go. But anyway, I was talking about this pin that I got, right? So I ended up figuring out what it's for. It's actually from this Bees McBees sort of music. Let me figure out who does it real quick so I can recommend it, because it's kind of okay. It's like the good songs off of the second Bees McBees album. It's a reference to the album art from, let's see, Master Wilburn. Master Wilburn Burchett, Burchette. Master Wilburn Burchett, his album Music of the Godhead. It's a private occult press in the 1970s. It's an okay jam, man. It's not my normal cup of tea, but you know what? I found myself listening to it and not, turning it off. I mean, we could totally do instead of exactly that, we could have something sort of like that where we have one skeleton and the skeleton's I mean, you can't really have O faces with skeletons, and this one's gonna be hard to do without getting into necrophilia, but you know what, whatever, they're both dead, so it's not weird. It's weird to fuck a corpse if you're not a corpse. If you're a corpse too, then it's okay, I think. Should I just have is this how it works? Just anyway. Make the bones touch. Did that give you anything? Give them good, huge skeleboners. Anyway, I want them to be all about to make out, but they're also dead because they're corpses because they're dead. Anyway, so one is like that, and the other one, I mean, that's not quite the angle I wanted to do. I wanted to do like, I'm liking this jam. This is pretty cool. Do we already do back in the day? I feel like we did last time. Maybe not. I need to put that album on here. Oh no, the system has failed is still on the list, so we're good. All right, and then we and then we got another one, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna bone so fucking hard tonight, cause we're skeletons. Get it? Bone? Now suck my dick. Yeah." We have Dio on the list. I don't think so, actually, and that's kind of a shame, isn't it? Can you get pregnant? If two skeletons fuck, which ones get pregnant? I don't know. More or less, there's two skeletons, and then this one can have his arm like, and then this one can have his arm or her arm. I don't know, fucking whatever. It's skeletons. It doesn't matter. If I make it ambiguous, then it's whatever. You know. Gregnant. How does one get gregnant? This feels very weird to me. Is my Luigi board pregnant? I don't appreciate your simplification of skeletons. I love skeletons and how cool they are, and you're making them out to be a joke. No? I'm just asking, like, if two boned, which one would get pregnant? And the chest cavity is around here. I'm going to give him a bit bigger of a chest cavity so that way he's, like, very clearly, yes, I'm Texan, so I have to believe that it has to be love between a skeleton and another skeleton. Just as God intended. Two reanimated corpses brought back from the dead to bone. Like two fucking high school students. I'm just gonna untilt the screen a bit. So this feels he's got bedroom eyes and he doesn't even have eyes. It's weird. He could have one like going down towards her hips. Bedroom sockets? I mean, I guess. I think that's a different thing. Casket eyes. That's fucking awesome. That should be a fucking song. Casket eyes. I'm writing that shit down. I'm stealing that one. I'm gonna write a fucking song about that shit. I've got like a list of just like awesome fucking names for songs and stuff. It's another reason that I need to learn how to fucking play guitar better. Um, yeah, some sexy ass pelvic bones. Some bedroom calcium. Some anon on Tumblr is asking if Vinny is a furry. I don't care about upgrading notes. I just want to fucking use them. All right, yeah, here we go. What was it? Casket eyes? Yeah. It can be about necrophilia. What's up, Mo? Do you think it's time to feed you? Is that why you're standing on the cable and making my ears hurt? Fucking stop. Probably the most infamous, Anyway, what's up? So he's got one hand behind her head. He's got another hand on her hips. I'm saying her because I don't know, whatever. It doesn't honestly fucking matter. And their guts need to be just fucking entangled. Did I hear her bell just now? Yeah. Well, I sprayed her with water because she was sitting and pulling on the cable and chewing on it, and she needs to not chew on my really expensive headphones. This is like not the best sketch in the world, but you know what? He's sneaking a peek at something. He's kind of going for the skeleton titties. Look, not everyone I draw has to be like the best example of humanity. This guy's a rotting corpse. Bestial Moon, thank you for subscribing. All right, that should be fine. They don't need top hats and shit. They can just be corpses. They could be corpses that want to fuck. It's like the ultimate blasphemy, like sex outside of marriage and outside of life. That's fucking awesome. I need to make that a line in that fucking song. No, this is where is this? Where do girls put hands? Here? How do girls? I don't know. It's one of those things that it's like, oh shit, if you have sex outside of marriage, it's against whatever. Like people, there's literally a part of the Bible where there's a dude, he's like on the way to do something for God, and he's like, hold up, I gotta get a quickie, so he hires a prostitute, and he gets his bone going on. That's like, I don't know, it's pretty early on in the Bible. And then he goes about what he's doing, and God does not think anything of it. He's like, yep, do that shit. I mean, we could make this a little bit more Helena and make it so that way she's like got all of her arms being ripped off, but you know, um, maybe not. Maybe not be like that. Hand goes straight for the dong. All right. Well, there you go. So I don't know. People still care about that sort of thing? Yeah, if you're old. I don't know. I mean, like, listen, if you don't have sex, you don't have to have sex. There's no fucking law that says you have to have sex. Furthermore, you can have sex whenever the fuck you want. Not not literally, like you have to ask someone, you know, and they have to be down for it. And then you can have sex. But like if you don't personally want to have sex, you don't have to. Like you can go your entire fucking life without having sex. It's not going to keep you from like you will live. Like you don't have to have sex to survive. So if you don't want to bone, you don't got to bone. And if you don't want to have kids, you don't have to fucking have kids. There's already enough of an overpopulation problem as is. So if you don't have kids, good on you. You're saving the human race. Whatever. And don't even worry about like fucking like, oh, I've got to have sex or else I'll never be, you know, whatever. Like the more you fret about that kind of shit, the more you just make your life miserable. Don't fucking care what societal norms are. If you don't want to fucking have sex, if you don't want to have sex until you're like 80, fucking bone someone as an old grandma. I don't care. Fuck it. Be happy. That's what it's about. You are not going to live long enough for any of this shit to matter, and everyone who's giving you shit is gonna die one day. So fuck it. Thanks for all the sex talk, Dad. No problem. Nothing's better than two skeletons boning to really get us in the mood to talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about sex. The slow jam with the electric guitar is really kind of making this weird. Can you stop, Iron Maiden? You're making it seem like I'm actually being serious right now, and I'd rather not. Iron Maiden likes to do their slow jams. Ah, fucking shit. I'm still like sniffling and stuff, so I'm really sorry about that. And it's gonna be really obvious to people on After Hours because I can like kind of sniff whenever like there's a huge riff or whatever. So that way it doesn't show up as much when you're here live. But like when you're watching on After Hours, it's just gonna be like all the fucking time, and it's gonna be gross as shit. And that really actually kind of hurt. And I think I fucking blew out a fucking blood vessel there. That's great. All right, cool. Thanks. My favorite. That's great. I think I'm bleeding. Great, cool. All right, awesome. I'm not. Good. Dude, that would be kind of creepy if a skeleton was just trying to bone, or just he wanted like some cuddles, right? But people didn't know he wanted cuddles, so he just like broke into people's houses and tried to cuddle up against people. And so you woke up in the morning and there was just like this dead body all up on top of you, like cuddling you and shit. That would be fucking weird. I don't think that had anything to do with what people were saying in chat, but my dyslexic ADD addled mind went there, and now I'm kind of regretting it, so I'm sorry about that. Um, Why did we decide to start calling when you get like an erection a boner? That's such a weird turn of phrase. Like, what the fuck was that? Who decided like, yeah, I'm getting a boner, and then people are like, what do you mean? And it's like, I've got a stiffy. Like even that, like all of it sounds like slang for corpses, you know? My brother sent me a picture of Gilbert Godfrey for my birthday. There's no follow up to that. I mean, I guess I should point out that, like, since we were young, there was sort of a tacit agreement between the two of us that, like, whichever one got famous first would get a movie made about them. And when they got the movie made about them, we'd make the other brother be played by Gilbert Godfrey. So like, I gotta really push it because he's doing pretty good with his music stuff. So I gotta get good, or else I'm gonna be Gilbert Godfrey in some in the life of video thing for my brother. I have a feeling that's what it is. I don't know. At chat, why are you all like this? I mean, Rev, your brother's pretty cool. I mean, I grew up with him, so like, he's a good dude. I like him. I feel so out of place in these chats. I'm sorry. Don't. Just shitpost. That's how you do it. That's how you do. You don't have to, like, mean anything you're saying. Just say dumb shit. That's what I do. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. This has been previously addressed, but I'm bringing it up again because it's important currently to the current topic. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Your brother's in a band? Nah, he plays solo gigs. He plays, he's gotten into more, like, country stuff recently, which is not my jam at all, but, you know, he does a cover of a Zac Brown band song that's not too bad. He does some Johnny Cash, Stone Temple Pilots. I was listening to Stone Temple Pilots before I went live with this because I was like eating and talking to an old friend that I haven't talked to in a while, and I was listening to Stone Temple Pilots, watching the music video for Sex Type Thing because that song is fucking awesome. Anyway, but the music video, I've never really sat down to watch it. I don't know what the fuck's going on in it. If you want to explain that shit to me, please do. It's fucking weird. There's a guy who's just like been spray painted and he's just running around acting like a gremlin. And then there's what's his name? The lead singer for oh, what's the name of he died recently, like a year or two ago. Lead singer. I'm gonna hate myself. It's something like Walker or something like that. Scott Wayland. Wow, I was totally off. I knew it was something like, hey Mo, you need to fucking chill. Thank you. I'm not gonna feed you. Get fed at 9, dude. It's like almost 8. You got like another hour. Okay? You good? Okay. Anyway, he's just sort of like swinging around in a fucking factory setting, and none of this is like really explained. It's just sort of what's happening. There's a woman in wedding clothes just kind of jamming out and like losing her mind. And he's just singing along in that like sort of almost completely incomprehensible way that Scott, whatever the fuck, Wayland, did. Momo deserves food now. I might have to feed her now. Feed her? I might have to feed her right now, guys. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna go feed the cat now. I'll be right back. Alright, chat says to feed you. I'm feeding you an hour early, but I hope you know that that's just because chat told me to. There you go. Now don't barf it up this time. Don't eat so fast. It's still gonna be there. I'm not gonna take it from you. I don't want to eat cat food. It smells like ass. I'm not taking it from you. Calm down. Anyway, sex type thing, weird fucking music video. I've never been a huge Iron Maiden fan. They're a good band, but I again, it's one of those things like I'd probably go see them in concert. You know, I need to take that Slayer pin off or Slayer. I mean, I mainly have it on there because the guy who, like I was talking about, that has that patch, the Nazi anti-Nazi one. he gave it to me as sort of like, here you go. Now you can start your battle jacket finally. So like I more have it on there as a memory of him and like enjoying his company, but like I mean he's been to a Slayer concert before. I haven't. I'm kind of thinking about replacing it with Guar, but I don't know if I'd see modern day Guar. I'm more like the days with Odorous and stuff. I mean I like the new lead singer, I guess. Because I thought it was the chick for a while, but apparently no, the chick is just like a backup singer. I forget the names. Excuse me. Uh, Life is like a wheel. There you go. I kind of want to put whatever the album that had Falling on it by Dream Evil on this list. I don't think I've got that on here because that's a fucking awesome song about getting piss drunk. Um, okay. But yeah, my brother's cool, dude. I need to start going to his gigs more often. Most of the time, I don't know when they are. That's the problem with about not having Facebook is you don't get to know where people are or what they're doing. And so I usually find out about his gig like the day of, and I usually have shit planned. Like I've already promised you guys that I'm gonna stream or whatever, and it's like this is. I mean, it's making me the most money out of anything I'm doing right now, and I'm still looking for a job and all, but I don't want to really I don't know. And I fucking enjoy it. But, I should probably do other things as well. I don't know. Kind of just rambling right now. There was what was it? They've got this night where you kind of just like do a free sketch thing. I think it's third Thursdays of the month. It's either first or second Thursday of the month. Oh, well, I'm not going this month then, if it is third Thursday, because that is me and Tilda's anniversary, and I'd rather like to spend it with her than going out to a pub and doing art. But I need to start doing that because I need to get out and like do shit because that's where I get good, funny shit to talk about. I was thinking about going to like comedy clubs. Maybe not like performing myself, but just to like listen to people and how they form jokes. A lot of like local comedy clubs are kind of shit, but like, and they're usually fairly crass, like not funny humor. It's just sort of like, oh, I've said something offensive. Now everyone in the room laughs because they're uncomfortable. Um, Sort of 13-year-old style of humor. Um, But occasionally there's like a good joke. I'm trying to remember a good one. I remember this guy was ragging on us because um, he made a joke about ziggurats. And he was like, oh, but these nerds up in the front know what a ziggurat is. And he busts out like a fucking like dictionary thing to explain what ziggurat is because he was like upset that the room didn't understand what a ziggurat was. So he'd clearly prepared to understand that the room didn't know what a ziggurat was. The ziggurat, by the way, is like it's like a type of pyramid that's a crypt as well. Anyway, I knew about it because I played a shit ton of Warcraft 3. Wasn't going to argue with him. Wasn't going to be like, listen, it's not because I'm a nerd. It's because I've played a lot of Warcraft 3, which is not a really good defense. It's really kind of the opposite of a good defense to you're a nerd. Saying I play a lot of Warcraft 3 and that's the main food building mechanic for the undead is not a good defense to you're a nerd. But whatever. That guy was all right. I don't know. Maybe not. Actually, I'm trying to think of like a good funny skit that happened at one of these comedy clubs. I had a friend who did comedy stuff for a while, but he's like not funny, so it really wasn't like he always thought he was like the comedian of the group, but it was like not really his thing, not his calling. His calling is getting high, I guess. I don't know. Warcraft 3 stream win. I did it for a while, but it's just like the actual campaign is fucking ass. I played a lot of Warcraft 3 growing up, but it was just like the custom maps like Dota and Wintermall and shit like that. Harsh, listen, he's not watching this because he would never watch this. And he'd don't even know if I was referring to him. He would be assuming that I was talking about someone else. So it's whatever. I mean, being funny is like so subjective. It's, like it's not like a definable thing. Like there's the guy who does Mr. Bean actually is an incredibly smart guy, and he talks about it in a couple of his like little like whoops his little like talks, like almost TED Talk sort of things that he does. And he's got some good shit on how to be funny and like what humor is at a base level. It's dick jokes. Um and it's interesting stuff, but like you can't really calculate it down to that. Like either you understand how to do like humor, like when the right beat is to like say a joke, or you don't. And that also depends on the listener's personal opinion on when that beat should be and what kind of shit like that. It's complex. It's really complex, and has to do with like society and like also just like what people think is acceptable to touch. Like, can you make a joke about Nazis? Can you make a joke about, whatever? I don't know. Timing is key. You ever get scared you'll scratch your tablet with the stylus? No, I am. I think I need to switch out the nib on this one. It's getting a little bit filed down. Puns are okay. I like unhumor. Unhumor is pretty good to me. I like really dry humor, which is why my humor is that way. I grew up with really dry, like, it didn't come with a laugh track. You just either you got that it was a joke or you didn't, and it would pass you by if you didn't, and you'd be like, wow, they didn't tell a single fucking joke. But it was like, no, they're fucking with you, dude. Like, that's the whole humor of it, Like Mystery Science Theater, like they didn't explicitly like have a laugh track. They didn't tell you it was a joke. Like they'd say something and it'd be like, I don't know. Specifically referencing things also makes things more humorous, If you say like, I don't know, he was driving around like a maniac, it's like that's not funny. Like, but if you give like a very like specific line, like I don't know, he was driving around like Robert Downey Jr. back when he had a drinking problem. Like that's a bit more specific, and it's a little bit better. Anyway, here's early black metal for you. It's kind of ass, but let's listen to it anyway. Can I draw you like one of your French girls? My commission page will come up here in a minute. Had someone actually commission me for that once. It was really weird. It's like, just draw me with my titties out. And I'm like, yeah, all right. They didn't pay. This was prior to Tilda, by the way. Yeah, driving around like Yoko Ono. Like, there you go. That's a reference. And even if like they don't really register like how does Yoko Ono drive, like it grounds it in reality more than like Madman. The reference isn't as in, I mean, like, obviously if they get it, you know, like, that's better, but, like, you know. I feel like this head is bigger than this head. We can shrink it. Let me rotate it. Yep, it's definitely bigger. That's okay. We can still shrink it. We have the power of digital technology. This is when people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that because you can't do it with fucking pen and ink." Yeah, damn straight. Guess why I'm using this shit? It's great, isn't it? So this is like a really fundamental album for black metal. Um, Mayhem is really important to black metal. It's sort of second wave black metal at its finest. I'm not a huge fan, but I figure I should listen to this. God, this is not the best, is it? I'm hoping that I can glean something out of this and learn something, because I've never been huge on this style of black metal. I like Merciful Fate. I like Venom, which were like progenitors of the is that the right term? They came up with a lot of the groundwork of what it is to be black metal, but then bands like Mayhem took it a step further. Um what am I drawing right now? Well, we're drawing the Lovers card of the tarot deck. I saw a documentary about. I mean, Till the Light Takes Us is a really good. If you want to learn more about black metal and why the fuck he's doing what he's doing right now, there's a very specific reason on why this was recorded the way it was and why he's kind of grumbling like that. Like this whole thing is for a very specific reason. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of Mayhem, and I'm hoping that like I can learn something from this. You know, listen to stuff that you're not really into. You might find something you like and kind of expand your horizons a bit. I don't know, maybe. That's very black metal, just like sort of grumbling noises. Hey, Twitch, the Azumrul, how are you doing? Low-key giving me a headache right now, but all right. Is the reason the man is keeping us down? Sorta, actually. Black metal is a lot about subverting like Western culture and like particularly like capitalism and um see this riff I'm kind of into. But his little grumbling noise is like that's a little bit weird. Um because they kind of felt like their heritage had been fucked up by like capitalism and Christianity and stuff like that. Tracing is shitty. Referencing you should totally do. I have a skull on my desk right now, and it's hipster metal. It kind of is. It kind of actually was. It was before there was a term for hipsters. Black metal was really trying to like second wave black metal was really trying to be something that was like so like out there that like you'd have to be into this sort of concept in order to even enjoy it. Um, thank you for I should say you 451 for 11 months of support. You're awesome, dude. It's almost been a year. Think at the year mark you get a new badge. In fact, I know you do. So cool. His arm needs to be more bent. That's not quite right. So references are fine. This is probably my favorite Mayhem song, Freezing Moon. It's like really the only song I've ever listened of theirs. Um, I highly recommend the documentary Until the Light Takes Us. It's really interesting. It really is. Like what's going on with this band in particular is just fucking weird. Most of the members of this band are dead. One through suicide, the other one died because he got murdered by the other guy in the band, and that guy went to jail. I think he's out now. Um, Yeah, references should be encouraged, honestly, because, like, listen, like, do you think Da Vinci was just sitting around and he was like, yeah, I totally fucking know what a human being looks like, toe to tip, you know? I need to finish them, which is why I'm not doing the Kickstarter for it until after I get done. What's my policy on drawing furries? Um, Me personally, I can't do it. I don't know how to do that style, and it's not something that I really have any interest in learning. I have friends who do it. If you want to commission someone, I'll throw you over to them. Um, I think I need to move him over a bit. Where is it? Is it alt? It's alt. Okay. All right. We might have to. So I don't know. There's this myth that furries pay more than anyone else, but I found like that's not true. Nothing against furries, but like that is sort of a myth. And it's just like if I don't want to draw it, like I'm not going to be down for it. Like this is really good. It's okay. I mean, you got to draw like you have to have more of a cartoony style in order to draw furry stuff, and that's just not where I'm at. Did you draw the Skulltles? I don't know. To each their own. If you're a furry, fuck it, whatever. It's not my cup of tea. Like I was saying earlier, you're gonna die. Everyone's gonna die someday. Not specifically you because you're a furry, but just like that's how life works. Sorry. Um, so just enjoy it. If you wanna, do you wanna have like a alter ego who's like a fucking catfish, walrus, manatee? Whatever, dude. Be happy with that. I don't know. Um, you're not gonna live long enough for it to you to not be happy. So I guess if that makes you happy, whatever. You're not hurting anyone. As long as you're not like hurting anyone, it's fine. Ah, fuck. I cannot draw his chest cavity right. I'm gonna go and get some Tylenol real quick. I'll be right back. Anyway, I'm back. We haven't saved in a bit. I'm gonna go and save. I don't know. I see a lot of shit on the internet that I don't believe is real. Like, people are talking about like Nazi furries. I don't think that's like a huge deal. I don't think that's like a real thing. Like I think there's probably a couple of them, but like is it something that like is going to affect your life very much? Probably not. It's probably just a couple of chuckleheads getting their jollies off to the fucking Aryan weird Nazi aesthetic. And it's just like, all right, well, fuck you, but whatever. Um, it's okay to punch those guys. Would be what someone else would say, not me, because if I said that, then it would be endorsing violence, and that's I'm pretty sure illegal. So I wouldn't say that, but wouldn't be upset. This fucking album. I don't know, man. I don't know if we can listen to this, dude. It's kind of garbage. Um, it's kind of real garbage. Um, I'm not caring for it at all, and I'm very sorry to anyone who likes Mayhem. I saw a dude at what was it, South by? No, it wasn't South by. But he had a Mayhem shirt on. When you got to throw up mid song. I mean, these guys were kind of fucked up. It wouldn't surprise me if like Dead, who is the lead singer, like forcibly gagged himself on stage. Like they did a lot of weird shit. Like sacrificing animals on stage and shit. It's the aesthetic, man. Aesthetics. Is song request a thing right now? Nah, I'm not really doing that because otherwise it won't be metal, and if it is metal, it won't be the kind of metal I like. I need to get more into Sabaton though. People have recommended Sabaton so many fucking times. All right, well, Tilda's on her way home now. This is kind of fucking ass. I like Ozzy. Ozzy is good. Dead killed himself fairly early on, yeah, but Dead I think is on Ozzy was the dude who bit the head off of a bat. I think Alice Cooper was the guy who supposedly threw a chicken into the crowd, but like it was how do I feel about Manowar? It's not really my jam, but it's fine. You know? Like I like stuff like, Merciful Fate and Venom and Candlemass and fucking Ghost is pretty good. They're a little bit poppier than I normally like, but you know what? Like I'm still getting like this I King Diamond has not put out another album yet. He put out Dreams of Horror, yeah, but that wasn't like an album. That was like a best of album, And so I'm waiting for him to put out a new album. So what do? Well, I listen to some Ghost. It's the closest I can fucking get. I just can't draw for shit today. Yeah, the permit doesn't last all that long. I think I'm going to go and bounce out now, I think. I'm sorry. Like, we didn't stream all that long, but, like... If he wasn't singing, I think it would be pretty... can you mix pop with metal? When can Rev ever draw? You know what? Never. Only when I'm not streaming. And I may size this whole thing up, because it's, like, way too fucking small. This is what black metal sounds like. It's a subgenre. It's not my favorite. Second wave black metal, to be specific. It's not, I'm gonna go. I think this is done. Like, it's that thing where it's just like, as soon as I'm streaming, I can't draw for shit. Like, look at this fucking dude. I did this dude in under an hour. Well, we've been sitting here for 2 hours, and I don't know what the fuck this is, so... I don't know. And I feel like this is so much better than this. This is like ass in comparison to this. Why am I listening to it? Because it's like it's one of those albums that's like so influential that it's important. But it's just like, I don't know. I can't draw for shit right now, so yeah, power metal is good, like classic heavy metal is good, thrash is good. Why are there so many metal genres? I don't know. Everyone's trying to do something different with it. I think it's like, electronic music. Like, there's drum and bass and there's trance and there's I don't know, dubstep, wubstep, and then the pop versions of both of those. And it's the same sort of deal with metal. It's like, really, is it that different? Not really. But like the difference between trance and like house or trance and like dubstep is pretty severe. So I don't know. But I'm going to save up here, and then I'm going to check the board. I don't imagine there's any art. There rarely is. Honestly, this is not the most... I'm going to pause that because that's fucking annoying the shit out of me, to be honest. This is not the most popular thing I do, but you know what? As long as people are enjoying it, it's fine. I think next time we'll come back with Angel Witch. Angel Witch was a huge influence on Ghost, who I was just talking about, that I like. And I was like, you know what? I'll give them a listen, So, so that was black metal. It's the metal that your parents warned you about. You can't listen to that. Make you into Satan worshippers, Yeah, it will. I think everyone in chat now wants to worship Satan. Anyway, am I done for streaming for tonight? Yeah, I think so. I streamed a bit earlier, and I think I'm done here. We're gonna move on to the Angel Witch album next time, and I'm sorry. I'll try and do a little bit of this off screen. I keep saying I'm gonna do that, but I just fucking haven't. But I kind of want to go catch up with Tilda when she gets home. So anyway, I'm gonna keep doing these on Mondays as long as I'm not sick. And I will see you guys later. I'm gonna run an ad. Actually, I should do that. Gotta remember to run those ads. That's how I get paid. So anyway, see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to commission me, there's a link that rolls by in chat every now and then. You can just do the / commission thing. Otherwise, I'll see you next time with something that's not this. It'll probably be, fucking based on... I was looking at the results of the straw poll earlier. I made it so people could pick multiple things, and I just kind of wanted to check and see what people were even interested in me still streaming. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at it, and it's lagging, so I can't tell you what's there. There we go. The votes are the top 5 things are Planet Coaster, My Summer Car, Stardew Valley, Death Road to Canada, XCOM, and if you go to 6 and 7, it's Lobotomy Corp and Skyrim. So like XCOM is sort of on the list, and Skyrim is like if you go all the way down to 7th, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9th place is CS:GO. So it's like shit. So I may cycle between like Planet Coaster, My Summer Car, Stardew Valley, Death Road to Canada, XCOM, Lobotomy Corp, and Skyrim from here on out, because those are the ones that people were really fucking into. I do need to do Guts and Glory because I did get that code directly from the devs, and more Krangus action is not the worst thing in the world. So anyway, we'll probably limit it down to like the 3 games out of that list of like several that I feel like playing any given day, but maybe keep a couple that I'm not really feeling, like, XCOM and Skyrim. I'm kind of like whatever on right now. on the lists, and we'll just see whatever wins, and whatever wins is what we do, and we may cycle it out to some stuff like Stardew that I haven't done in a while. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Goodbye, everyone. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. We'll leave you with that thought for the night. Have a good one.